Welcome back to the podcast From Girl to Great. I'm your host, Alana Kendall. In this episode, I had an incredible chat with Dr. Bayo Curry-Winchell, a family medicine physician and a nationally recognised health equity advocate. Dr. Bayo shared her non-traditional journey to become a doctor and how staying true to herself has been key to her success. She does advocacy work through television or her podcast Beyond Clinical Walls. And she has done 2 TEDx talks, including one with over 2 million views. I encourage you to check them out, so I'll link them in the show notes. Her mission is to raise awareness of the importance of equity and literacy. I especially love talking to Dr. Bayo about how she embraces failure as a learning tool and uses her voice to advocate for change. During this conversation, her authenticity really stood out to me. And as someone interested in healthcare and advocacy, I found her advice about perseverance and breaking down barriers very inspiring. If you want to hear more about Dr. Bayo's journey and how you can make a difference too, this is the episode for you. So let's get into it. I'm really excited to introduce my guest today. Her name is Dr. Bayo Curry-Winchell. Would you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Thank you so much for just having me. So I'm a family medicine physician and nationally recognized health equity advocate. I love helping people. I think that really reflects what I get to do, what I love to do. It's all rooted in how can I help raise awareness about the importance of equity and literacy to help bridge the gap when we talk about inequalities in healthcare.
You're doing really impactful work. I'd like to first ask, what's your educational path look like?
So it was very non-traditional. And I always like to highlight that to people because you do not have to be on this one lane. There's so many different things that you can do. So originally, I was going to actually be a psychologist. I had a psychology major. And then I thought to myself, I'm really interested in medicine. And so then I decided I looked into the PA profession, physician assistant, and I thought, oh, this might be a good fit. So I went, got my master's degree, worked as a PA, but then I knew something was still missing. And I said, I really want to become a physician. So I left my job. And it was such a risk, but I was like, I know this is where I need to go and what I want to do. And so I went through medical school, went through residency, and graduated as a family medicine physician. And I find it to be the best job that I could ever have because I get to be a part of people's lives every day. And it fuels my soul.
That's amazing. Is there anything that you did differently along your educational path that prepared you really well and made you stand out?
I think for me, it's the level of authenticity that I wear every day and really sharing the story of why I do what I do. And it all stems from my father, who a lot of people are not aware. So he just recently passed away, but he was 99 years old. He was a World War II Korean and Vietnam War veteran. And I grew up going to different events and rallies. And I didn't know why I was there, but I knew I was standing up for somebody. And that has become my blueprint to my entire journey. And as I talked about with psychology, all the different things, I knew I was like, nope, I need to find something else that I can really make an impact. And for me, I thought, okay, I know now I'm a physician, but I want to help people in all areas. And that's where Beyond Clinical Walls really blossomed, where healthcare happens in all areas. And so if I can help in any way and help people know that at the bedside, you deserve to have the best care possible. And if I can help you with that, I want to try. And it's been a beautiful thing.
I know you also do some fantastic advocacy work. You've been on TEDx 2 times. Do No Harm has over 2 million views, correct?
Yes.
And you've also been on the news several times. This is a lot of public speaking. How would you advise young girls to feel comfortable doing this kind of stuff? Because it can be very nerve-wracking. And how do you overcome that?
So first I start with, do not doubt yourself. If you have a calling, if you feel that you want to do this, honor that, because once you honor that, that will help give you that kind of ignition or step to move forward. And just know that when you do something like that and you put yourself out there, you're helping another person because there's somebody else who wants to do exactly what you want to do. And when you live in that peace and then you put it forward, it's an amazing feeling because I know every day when I'm speaking on stage and I do get nervous, but I go back to, okay, why am I here? What is my purpose? And what do I hope to accomplish? And it's all centered in helping people. And so when you find that one center, that one line, you can do anything. It's amazing.
I just want to add in for the listeners that Dr. Bayo did an amazing talk with Chelsea Clinton yesterday about women rights, which is very important in this upcoming election. When you were going through med school, did you ever think you'd get into advocacy?
Well, yes, because even as a kiddo, like I was always advocating for different things. I was like the person standing up. And when medicine came into play, it was a natural because it was already part of what I was doing my whole life. And I think if I can add to it within medicine and be a part of people's health, that feels so amazing to be able to help wherever you may be. And you can advocate for your most prized possession, which you heard me say is your health. It's a win. And to be on stage with Chelsea Clinton and Jennifer Klein and really talk about reproductive rights, but paint a picture for everyone in the audience to think about it is health, not just reproductive health. And when people can go there and think about it in that nature, it's amazing what kind of new perspective, new thoughts that can happen. And that's what I like to do. That's a form of advocacy for me because now I've advocated for a topic that sometimes people just don't really understand or don't know. But if I can bring in a new level of, wow, that is advocacy. And then my favorite part is those action steps. Every conference, every time I speak, I share, you have now new information. Share it with someone else. Continue that path forward.
What skills or experiences do you think are most valuable for young women to gain in order to be successful?
There's many elements. I think the first skill is to not think that you need to be in a box. You can do so many different things in different ways. And I think one thing that would label me, people would say, Dr. Bayo does not fit in a traditional box. My whole life, I've been very different, whether it's in medical school, resident, and my personality, who I am, I don't fit the norm of what sometimes people think a doctor is supposed to look like. And I honor that and I cherish it. So I would say to young women, be who you are and don't let anyone box you in. For me, people would say, well, you should only be doing this. And yes, I still see patients. I'll never stop seeing patients, but I do television. I speak across the country. I don't have to do it one way. I love being able to do things in different ways. So don't let anyone tie you down. Go for it.
And you're definitely making a very real and unique difference in healthcare. If you could go back and give advice to your 17-year-old self, what would you tell her?
I would say you have something that is unique and different than anybody else. And some of the people that you may have encountered that tried to dim your light, don't let them dim your light. Continue to go forward. That's what I would tell anyone, and even my 17-year-old self. Those challenges that I faced at that time, those were the building blocks of what was to come. Keep persevering because that's how you build your character and you get stronger.
What are you most excited about for young women as they're getting into the healthcare industry, maybe becoming doctors? What would you say you're most excited about for them?
Putting your voice forward and those ideas. I am so excited to think about all of the ideas that are to come that will innovate healthcare in a new way because we haven't always been at the table. So now that we're getting to the table, it's exciting to know what could happen because the female brain, we've got a lot and we can do things and we know we are just different in our makeup and our complexity. And that complexity can breed new innovation, new things that other genders may not be able to do.
Being successful also comes along with experience lots of failure and challenges. Is there anything you'd like to share with listeners about times that you've not succeeded and how you've learned and grown through that?
Yes. So I fail every day. Every day I have a misstep, or I'm like, oh gosh, why did I do that? Or I should have thought about that differently. And I say that first before I even say what's happened in the past, because I think for people to know I'm making mistakes every day. Don't let them bog you down, because when you do that, you're missing the opportunity to learn from that mistake. Because if you go down that rabbit hole, that tunnel of, oh, I messed up, you should honor it, because that's how you get those learnings, but don't let it hold you back. So every day I'm making lots of mistakes, but I'm honoring it. And then I'm just trying to build from it and moving forward.
Thanks for sharing that, because I think it's really important to know when you're looking at these leaders to know they have the same feeling about, oh no, I messed up.
Yes.
But in the end, it's the big impact that matters, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. That was a very strong statement. That's what matters. Mm-hmm. It's the bigger picture. It's the big impact.
Could you tell me a bit about your Black in Business graduate thing from Goldman Sachs?
Yes. So I graduated from Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women, part of the NYU program. And so it's a program to help entrepreneurs be able to bring their business to a bigger scale. And the interesting part, this program's been around for several years. I saw it and I thought to myself, is this even the right fit? Is this something that I should do? And I saw all of the other people who had applied and been accepted, and none of them were physicians. And I said, I'm just going to apply. So I've been the only physician that has been accepted. And I have been able to find new ways to scale beyond clinical walls, which is a health literacy catalog that helps people across the world know more about their health, and more importantly as well, know what to do as far as to advocate for themselves each time they seek care. And the Goldman Sachs program has helped me scale it, has helped me think about new ways of entering those partnerships, those conversations, so we can scale it and help more people. And it's been amazing to be in that program. I graduated in June.
Amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the young women that are listening to this that want to get into the healthcare industry?
Believe in yourself and honor your voice. Honor it and know that it has a place. And there's a reason why you have this calling. There's a reason why, and put it forward.
Thank you so much for taking time and being a guest on my show.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of From Girl to Great with Dr. Bayo Curry-Winchell. Don't forget you can find links to everything we discussed in our show notes. And remember to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and check out fromgirltogreat.com for more episodes. Goodbye.